Hello there. My name is Corey, and I am a Star Wars.
Yeah, my name is also Corey, and I am a Star Wars.
And my name is Jim, and, well, I'm a Star Wars too. And
We
are a Star Wars. Well, you had a melody going on there. Nice aria.
Yeah,
It's evolving. We have cameras. We sing.
we're bigger and better, and
I'm definitely bigger.
We put these out every 3 days now.
I don't know about that.
Really?
No.
We're gonna try to get this one out sooner rather than later to keep it relevant.
This one is
want to keep it
fresh.
topical.
This one's fresh.
Yeah, today we're gonna discuss Maul, the new Disney Plus series.
And not Madison Square Mall?
Mall. Yeah, not the shopping mall. Or the strip mall.
The artist formerly
What about the
known as
medical mall?
Darth Maul.
Right.
That's right.
So, I think we should start with, why don't y'all tell me all the things that I don't remember about Maul. So, he was born to witches, and they
Right.
painted him like that, or that's what they all look like?
I don't know the answer to that
I
question.
think they all just kind of his brother looks like that too.
Because you never see one that doesn't have the markings.
And the
There's no solid ones. They all have horns, and they're all tatted up.
Yes, there's no solid one.
There's no solid ones.
Okay. Okay.
was that racist?
I don't think so. It was just an observation that sounded silly.
Yeah. It wasn't meant to be racist.
Yeah.
Sorry, Darth Murians.
What are they called again?
Darthmirians? Dathomirians?
Yeah, all right. Keep going.
So then he, yada, 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 becomes an apprentice to a Sith.
Right.
The first time since, well, I guess he replaced Count Dooku, right?
Yes.
No. Dooku
No.
was after him. Dooku was after him.
No, Doo-doo was happening alongside him.
But Dooku died in like the third, like the 3 movies later. There can only be 2 at a time.
Oh, that's right. The rule of 2. Right?
I got really lost.
By the way, this is a Star Wars podcast.
So we'll be discussing.
I'm just trying to crack open a beer. Well,
So at some point he becomes Darth Sidious's
He's right. He's
Sith
right.
apprentice.
okay.
And then he tries to fight, and Obi-Wan cuts him in half.
Yep.
And so then, even though it doesn't kill him, it makes him not a Sith anymore. He's like, go. I got doo-doo coming.
He's got Anakin coming.
Yeah.
That's where I got fucked up.
But
I thought
Dooku
y'all were
first.
talking about Count Dooku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dooku was Sidious's apprentice after Maul.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's why
That's
why he fought with Yoda, because
My
he
bad.
was
Yeah.
Sidious's.
So it was Dooku, Maul,
No. It was Maul was in episode 1.
Maul, then Doo-doo,
And then Doo-doo.
then Anakin.
And then Anakin.
Did he have an apprentice before Dooku?
surely.
I don't know. At some
or
point he was the
busy
apprentice
was
to...
he being Pelagius's apprentice?
Yeah.
And somewhere in the mix is
Maul
Khmer, the lone warrior from the Acolyte, the stranger, right?
Yeah.
What?
Darth Bortles.
Yeah, Darth Bortles, remember?
Trained with Sidious?
No, but Pelagius was watching him, and it was right around the same time that Palpatine would have been like being abducted by the Jedi, or at least found out by the Sith.
This is the nerdiest we've ever been on.
This is true. We're showing out right now. These are our true colors.
Normally, we're
just-
just kind of.
I'm just trying to remember. So, okay. So, however he becomes, let's forget Sidious.
Okay.
He's his apprentice, cut in half, real
Right.
bad. And so then he
Use your microphone.
gets better, and then we see him in the Clone Wars becoming the ruler of Mandalore,
Yep.
right? So that all happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then that fell apart.
Yeah,
I don't remember. The Jedi stopped him, I'm assuming,
I guess.
and beat him up.
He
Said,
lost
"You
the dark
quit
saber.
that. You quit that. Maul.
You stop it right now.
Quit it. Quit ruling Mandalore." And so then now is this the next time he pops up? Is this where now he's like trying to consolidate power in the gangster
Yes.
side of this universe
Yes.
that we really have only seen like in Solo mostly?
Correct. I think. Do you feel better now?
I think so.
Okay.
Because like we know how his story ends because we've
Right.
seen him. He goes to Tatooine and
Can't leave it alone.
gets killed and the desert
Yes.
by Obi-Wan.
For the sake of clarity, we discussed a little bit of this earlier.
We did.
Quando.
Earlier.
Off mic when we were watching episodes 3 and 4 again. So, according to what I googled last night, Maul Shadow Lord takes place in 18 BBY, approximately 1 year after Revenge of the Sith and the events of Order 66. It follows Maul during the early dark times of the Empire's reign, focusing on his efforts to regain power in the criminal underworld after escaping Mandalore. Takes place shortly after the first season of The Bad Batch and before the events of Solo, a Star Wars Story, and Rebels.
That makes sense.
And the plot point is because it's funny, this whole time I'm like, what are we going towards here with the show? But according to this, it says it follows his escape during Order 66 as he seeks vengeance against Palpatine for replacing him.
So there's a chance then we might see Vader in this.
See, so that was my big woo at the end of the fourth one. We see the Empire is here now.
Yeah.
And that's when I start putting together where are we in the timeline.
Right.
And we're like Rogue One. We're before Rogue One. We're way before Rogue One.
Yeah.
We're like 15 years before Rogue One. So there's not really
18.
So there's not really like a rebellion or anything out there much.
It is building, probably.
It builds in Andor, but it's like, yeah. So that's where we see
And that kind of
happening.
makes sense, like why the police force on this planet are really, really hesitant to do anything that calls in the Empire, because like once you call them in, they're not going to leave.
And if this is a year after Order 66, like maybe everybody's not like, yay, Empire. They're like, they're still new.
Right.
The Empire just started. All right. Great.
They're just trying to get their sea legs.
Yeah. Yeah. In space legs.
Yeah, space legs.
Yeah. I mean, Maul don't even have no legs.
Yeah, see, it's kind of a jab at Maul.
That's awful.
Ain't got no legs.
Poor guy. Did he keep the legs, you think?
I don't remember, because they kind of go over this in Rebels. Is it Rebels where they talk about like how he got cut in half real bad?
Yeah, real bad.
why is he
As opposed to real good, right?
why is he still around? And they explain it. I think it's Rebels, but I only watched it like once and I don't remember. It's this also
because Darth Amirians keep all their important stuff up in their chest.
They keep their wallet up here.
Everything's
Right,
up here.
spleen, like everything down here is
Just poop.
Just poop. Yep.
Just black and red poop with cool little patterns on them.
That's it. Probably, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, I mean, it was like witches and shit, I think, right? That kind of sewed him. They put
guess.
some fake legs on him and shit, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know that I was there.
But this show takes place before Solo.
Correct.
Yes.
So in Solo, we know that we saw him cameo. He is in charge of Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn, yep.
Kira, was that her name?
Kira, yep.
She's like, hey, at the end of that, she's like, I'm coming, hang out. We're going to be gangsters.
Maybe Kira will be in this.
So maybe Kira will be in this. Maybe
Solo will be in this.
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, if this is, I don't know, if it's 10 more episodes.
6 more episodes.
6 more episodes. 10
One more
altogether.
season, right? Didn't they already greenlight the second season?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of cool stuff
gonna
for
see
them to
Vader.
play with in there.
So speaking of cool stuff, what was your favorite part of these first 4 episodes?
I'm just kind of into the, I mean, you could call it world building, I guess, but like, I'm just trying to, I've spent most of the first 3 episodes being like, what are we doing here? I know he's just trying to, like, he pitted one syndicate against the other and all of that shit, but I'm just enjoying like watching the character. And I really love Sam Witwer as Darth Maul. I think he's fucking awesome. Yeah, I'm just enjoying it and getting to meet some new characters. We got some new Jedi. We've joked before that there must have been 1,700 million Jedi because they thought they killed them all, and then like there's always new ones, which is fine because how would you expect them to really kill all of them? You know,
The galaxy's a big place.
I was trying to,
like just because they called for all of them to come back via that distress signal doesn't mean that all of them are coming back.
I mean, you guys have had poor cell service.
Yes.
I was thinking about it, and I think there's a way, if you think about it the way people think about Donald Trump, and the way that like he does crazy stuff and then everybody makes excuses and is fine. I can do that for Order 66.
Right.
And it's only the Jedis that had clone warriors with them.
Right. That was the A team.
Yeah.
Right. The JV team is back at the saloon drinking water.
Yeah. And then they had to get like the 14th Sisters and the Night Man.
The Ninth Ward of the 14th Sisters of the Inquisitors.
Thing where they fly because they spin their sabers or something.
Hey.
I don't know. Great.
You do know this is a Star Wars podcast, right? You too?
Yes. Yes.
It sounds like you don't like it.
I watched some of it. It was good.
So what was your favorite part of these first 4 episodes?
Every time Darth Maul lights up his saber.
Yeah.
I'm going to call him Darth Maul forever. It's fine. But yeah, every saber fight is that's what I'm here for. Like he is the coolest.
And I don't know if this is true, but I read somewhere that Sam Witwer's scream is part of the sound of his saber igniting.
What?
Yeah.
Nerd shit.
Yeah.
Nah,
That's where you draw the line.
no, that's too much. It's too much. Come on.
What a terrible idea.
What?
How dare he put a little of himself into the sound of his saber.
He
Next thing you know, everybody's going to want to do it. And sooner or later, you're going to have somebody's saber go, what?
And then someone's going to have a purple lightsaber.
Right.
And that purple saber is going to say, I'm sick and tired of all these clones on this fucking clone plane.
But it's their plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't quite get there.
No. We'll try next time. What was your favorite part of this?
The art. I love the way that the art it's always evolving from one animated season to the next. You know, they clearly have, outside of the Visions series, they clearly have kind of a style guide that they stay within for these shows. But this one has got some incredible watercolor detail, and it just looks rich, and I'm here for every frame of it. It looks awesome.
What'd you call it earlier? Porosant?
Yes, because you guys corrected me when the what's the name? Two Shoes? What's his name?
Two Boots.
Two Boots was going to shoot down a giant spacecraft that was leaving the ambush, and he's like, I'm going to shoot out its engine. And I'm like, that's 4 apartment buildings on the other side of that, that thing. You're going to send this craft into some middle school district in Coruscant? And one of you guys well-actually'd me and said, well, actually, that's not Coruscant. And I said, what is it? Coruscant?
It was me. Coruscant.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's Coruscant, but it's really called Gen X, right?
Janix.
Janix. Janix. Janix. Janix.
It's another well, actually.
I wrote it
It's
down.
fine that I'm wrong all the time.
Why don't they have a date? Why isn't there like Star Trek has a star date? And I know that we have like BBY, like an ABY.
Yeah, but they didn't say that in the show. I had to look that up.
That's what I'm saying. Like in universe, like Luke Skywalker's not like, oh man, next year will be 2007. Like he doesn't. They don't have years.
They
don't
have cycles.
Star dates.
The only clue we would know really that I caught on to about where we are in time was after I'd already Googled it when little Docky, what's his name? Docky?
the lizard guy.
Green guy. Yeah, he says that when Lawson's like, I didn't know you were a
Make that joke
Jedi.
now.
And he says, it's not a good time to be a Jedi or whatever it is he said.
Yeah.
And that's the only clue that lets you know, like, this was post Order 66.
Well, Maul has that whole conversation with Devin, the little girl, where he says, like, your whole people
Is it Devin or
killed
Devon?
and haunted, huh?
Is it Devin or Devon?
Devin.
Devin. Devon.
No?
Devin. Mm-mm.
Okay.
All right.
I thought maybe it was Devon until the rewatch. They said Devin.
See? I'm just saying she might have something on my 40, homie. Steve-O.
So the B plot of this show is a lawman named Lawson who has a teenager who's trying to play baseball, but he works too much, so he can't get to see his game.
And the cats in the cradle and the silver spoon.
And isn't the kid playing highlight or lacrosse or
Something
something?
like that, yeah.
Like space lacrosse?
Space, yeah.
Okay.
That kid's gonna grow up and listen to a lot of My Chemical Romance.
And he's like, Mom called and said I can come hang out on the Death Star, and he's like, don't call your mom anymore. It's weird, but it's like very domestic.
Mm-hmm. I noticed the 2 pizza boxes on the counter. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, they have pizza in space.
Yeah, they
I like it.
Domino's on Janix. I did
Wonder
Google
what their fresh guarantee is.
his full name is Lawson Skriel. He's from Dawsonville, Georgia.
The character?
Lawson Skriel from Dawsonville is what his name is.
You're a
I
lie.
looked it up. Would I write that down if it's not true?
I think you may have edited the wiki and added Dawsonville, Georgia.
Maybe. So inappropriate.
CJ says, "What's up?"
We watch The Office a lot in our house, so she knows how to look at the camera. So are we going to get Vader? Are we going to get the Emperor?
I don't think maybe at the very end of season 1.
Who's going to step off of the ship?
An Inquisitor.
An Inquisitor?
But that's only because I saw it in the trailer. Yeah. You saw it too?
I forgot.
All right. Well, take back what I said. It's probably Vader.
I mean, yeah, I didn't.
You're the one that sent me the trailer, man.
Spoiler warning, I just forgot. I don't be remembering shit. It's a good thing we rewatched episode 3 and 4 today, because I don't remember shit about watching that last night.
So what's the Jedi's name again?
There's Devin and
Devin and
Docky.
Docky.
So Devin would have been a Padawan, right?
Yeah, she's calling him Master.
Yeah.
Uncle Master.
Yeah. But she would have been a Padawan. I mean, if this has been a year, she studied at the temple, so she would have
Yeah.
seen that unless those 2 were off-world. Right?
That's what you have to
'Cause how
assume
the
is
hell
that they
would-
were off.
Right. How would
somewhere.
she have gotten away from
Gallivanting.
old Anakin
Yeah.
unless, I don't remember the character's name, but the actor that played Jar Jar played the Jedi who rescued Grogu. Maybe he just like had a
Off-turn
whole
there,
service,
too.
right? He had
Yeah.
like a trailer full of Padawan.
Like a short bus.
that
Full of Padawan.
exactly. These are the ones that couldn't learn fast.
You don't
enough,
need a
Corey.
full-size bus. So there's not that many.
It just draws attention.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Corey's sitting here going, damn it, I'm going to have to cut all this out.
I just said short bus.
I know. I agreed. All right. So, Devin,
What did you do?
he just made some notes.
I just made an emphasis.
I thought you were crossing.
Mind your own
something.
business.
All right. Ask the next question. You
I
have
don't have
the
any
agenda.
questions. All right. Other questions that I have. Is it normal for there to be whole planets that are just one thing? Does that happen in real life? That's a Neil
That
deGrasse Tyson question I want to ask.
That seems to be a Star Wars.
Like Star
Hey.
Wars is like that's the
That's
icy
the mining
planet.
That's
and
the ice planet.
that's the desert.
That's the lava planet, right?
That's the
Yeah.
beach planet.
Yep.
Scarif. Yeah. That's a question that I have. Thank you.
We don't have the answer. Perhaps one of you in the comment
went ahead
section
and wrote
knows
down-
the answer to that question.
They
Or
don't.
just make one up.
I wrote down a few names that I think would be better for the Mandalorian movie than the Mandalorian
okay.
movie. Mando / Grogu. Just put it together. Just one little
Mogu?
Mando Grogu.
Just Mogu,
Yeah.
the movie.
Grogu, a Star Wars story. That's fine. Just call it Grogu. Outer Rim. I just thought that was a cool name. You know, you can call it Outer Rim. I don't know if it
Yeah.
happens in the Outer Rim.
I mean, Tatooine's the Outer Rim.
I'm not Yoda, baby.
Is that
No,
Yoda, comma baby?
that's the tagline on the poster.
That's where the creativity.
And it's little Grogu with sunglasses and a gold-plated mic, and he's singing.
Yeah. This one does have a comma. Yoda man dog.
Now you're just making bumper stickers.
Well, it's better than what they came up with. And then this last one, this one is actually good. Bounty of the Huts.
It's not bad.
That's a good one because
That's
it looks
pretty
like
good.
he's going to get the Huts or something, and he's a bounty hunter, and it's better than Mandalorian and Grogu. That's like
movie.
working title, and they're like, just keep it. We already wrote it on
We made
everything.
the poster already, man.
Yeah. That's all I had.
Well, they made
Bounty of the Huts.
Yep.
That's a pretty good title.
Yeah.
I liked it. Even.
Thank you.
But did you slapped it your ass?
I don't know about
You liked that
I
shit.
just liked it.
All right. CJ, what do you think? What was your favorite part of the first 4 episodes of the Disney Plus series Maul, Shadow Lord?
She hates all television because it stops people from playing with toys with her.
That makes sense. She's a Yorkie.
And it's all
Yeah.
she thinks we should be doing.
Do you have more questions?
I don't. What's going to happen in the rest of this show? Is Maul going to turn this girl into his little dark apprentice?
I don't know. I mean,
Certainly, it seems like that's what he wants to do.
Is her master going to be killed?
Yes.
and then she'll.
Yes.
He's already wounded,
Yeah.
Yeah. Maul, like, kicked him in the spleen.
and then he was fixing.
And you
it.
knew he was hungry already.
Yeah. He's going to snuff it.
He gonna die. But will she turn?
She gonna turn a
Because
little bit.
we talked about this, or did you just write it down and I peeked at your notes? But he's not a Sith anymore,
He's not a Sith anymore. That's why he's not a Darth
Right.
anymore.
so he's just Maul.
He's just Maul.
But he's still not good. So he's not Empire.
Right.
He's just also
He's
bad.
just anti-everybody.
He's just mad.
He hates everybody.
That's right.
I predict that this show will end with him on one ship and like the Emperor's on another ship, and the Emperor sends him a thing and laughs at him and then jumps into hyperspace, and then your boy gets to do his scream
Yeah.
and he'll be like,
Do you think the character Devin, is that what we're calling her?
that's her name.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different world. It could be said differently. But do we think she's going to make it through 2 seasons?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the old man won't.
I don't think Disney can kill off a plucky young female protagonist.
All right. I mean, she's not in anything else, but I guess that's not a barometer anymore.
Nobody's in anything else. None of it makes sense anymore.
There you go. All right. So when does the next episode drop?
Oh, by the time this podcast comes out, episode 5 will already be out. And then we'll do, at some point after the last episode, we'll do episode 5 through 10. We haven't even really
Probably July.
Yeah.
we haven't even really, we've talked about it, but we haven't we don't necessarily need to sit here and do a recap of it either. But do you think we'll see some new shit? Because I kind of feel like they're swerving us with the trailer for Mando and Grogu. I don't know. I just feel like
When you say new shit, what do you mean?
I feel like they're swerving us on the marketing. Like,
They're making it look like it's just like, here's an adventure they go on. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, here's a buddy
But
comedy.
you're saying that there's going to be like
I think that's what
deep
it's going to be.
connections
You think
to
so?
things.
I think I got nothing to base this on other than just a guess, because this is coming out before Mando is coming out before Ahsoka season 2. I'm thinking this is a one-off story, but is going to have some elements that will connect to a greater Thrawn story. Because if you've got the Mandalorian and Grogu and Bo-Katan and Ahsoka Tano all alive at the same time with Thrawn coming back to the galaxy, it seems like it's going to be a missed opportunity not to bring them all together somehow. So I can kind of see them using Mando Grogu to set up, kind of like Marvel, to set up a tease for what an Avengers level event would be.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that, because it worked great for the Avengers, and I love these characters, so to see them all teaming up in a big movie would be fun. But that's just me.
Yeah. Luke and Leia and Han are all alive at this time too, but we won't see them.
No, we're not allowed to.
Boo.
No, I think Luke Skywalker's done with that, right?
Yeah.
Mark Hamill,
Yeah.
a.k.a.
Craig Hamill.
Craig. Craig and Nim. Look at that puppy dog.
Cannot be comfortable.
So, what do you think about all of it so far, Jim?
I'm here for it. I like Maul, and it's always interesting to me that, like, even especially with Rogue One, like, you can have these characters and you can have this knowledge of the world as fans, like, okay, this is, this person can't be alive later on because they're not in whatever. But so we know how Maul ends up, right? But the character is so compelling that it doesn't matter. I'm interested in what he's doing, right? Even though I've seen the last part of his story, there's enough time and enough juice and meat on the bones of that character that I'm curious to see how he comes back into power of essentially the underworld, right? Like, so I'm in it for that.
Yeah.
What about you, CJ?
Have we seen his timeline, like, after he takes over the gangster world? Like, is that in part of, like, Rebels or something else?
Some of it.
I mean, he's in charge during Solo, right? So, like,
Right.
this is all kind of building up.
But Solo and Rebels kind of shake hands, don't they?
They have to a little bit, right?
Like, there's overlap there, because, like, Lando was in Rebels.
Although, yeah.
Do you need to consult the interweb? I mean,
Well,
again,
no,
we're fine being wrong.
It was the
Please correct us.
We're used to it. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
If
We're
you're-
fine with it.
We've said it before, but if you're coming to this podcast for, like,
For facts about
Facts
Star Wars, we don't have them.
we're just
We just
trying to
have
a good time.
opinions.
Yeah, we're just trying to have a
Yeah.
good time. But yeah, I mean, they have to overlap, but it's like it's a later overlap, right? Because in Solo, Han's still a youngish fella, so he's probably got another 15 to 20 years before,
Yeah, he's not mature yet.
right?
Yeah.
Before the Han Solo of A New Hope days, right? So he's still got some time.
And how much time passes between... God, this is so nerdy. How much time passes between Solo and A New Hope?
Well, let me look, y'all. Talk amongst yourselves.
I do remember the end of Solo. He's like, "Come on, Chewie, we're gonna go.
There's a job for the Hutts."
Heard about a job with this slug."
But
So-
that could be like...
But that could be like the
maybe
beginning of his 15-year
Right.
relationship.
Maybe he
with
didn't
Jabba.
pooch the first job, but he certainly pooched the
Yeah.
last one.
Yeah. And then had to crispo poor Greedo.
Poor Greedo. Greedo had it coming.
So, according to this, there are 13 to 10 years. I wouldn't, or maybe 10 to 13 years, but before A New Hope, making Han 19 to 22 in Solo and 32 in A New Hope. So 10 years, roughly.
That would track. So, yeah, so that means he worked for the Hutts for almost 10 years. And then, the Mandalorian movie, the Hutt, Rada the Hutt, was that his name?
The one that
But that's the one
the
that
one
they
that can sing and dance and
rescue.
stuff, and run around the room.
Yes.
It's gonna make me mad.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Isn't that the Hutt that was rescued in the first Clone Wars movie when they introduced Ahsoka?
Yeah.
Right, so this is that dude all grown up.
He's just like a little pea
Yeah, he was like a little pea puddle.
Yeah.
with a little
His
tail.
name was Piss Pants.
His name was
And now
Yeah.
Right.
CJ.
What'd you see?
a bird, a leaf, the
A
sky.
slug.
Who knows?
No, I think it's good. Like, up until we we recorded just now. I'm like, what's the mission here? But it's really, I don't know. I think I was looking for something deeper than he's just trying to get his shit together and take over these syndicates.
Well, I guess it's like the story of his rise to power. It's also going to be him trying to get back at Sidious. Apparently, that's what he said.
We know he does that. We know he certainly tries to do that, and he uses his power in the underworld to bring Palpatine down a couple of times. But we also know that he's going to try to bring this apprentice on, and that's Sith-esque, right?
What was that word?
So Devin, right? He's trying to bring her under his tutelage, and that's very Sith-esque.
Yeah.
So I think that's where most of the drama is going to be, because we know that he tries to go after Palpatine, and we see how that plays out in Rebels. Is that right?
Yes.
I think. I don't
Maybe.
know.
I don't know.
It's been a while since.
Well,
it's been
because
a few
when
years
he
since
when
I've
he
seen
fought Ahsoka, that was in Clone Wars, because that was going on at the same time that Anakin was at that shitty opera with Palpatine.
it. Oh, that's right.
Right? Like, they would go back and watch that last season of Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith, and I'm sure somebody out there has done a fan edit cutting that movie into the animated components, because there are whole Anakin stories that play into him, like he's just left the briefing, right? And you're there with the Jedi Council, but he was just there, and that scene is in the cartoon, but it's not in the movie, and that was always cool to see that play out.
I enjoyed that a lot. I enjoyed all the Clone Wars show and all that stuff was making the prequels better.
Yep.
And it all made that to where now we're like, oh, those are pretty good movies.
Now we should look up the super edit
All right.
and watch it.
Do you think they're ever going to do this for the sequel trilogy and have like?
I mean, that's
the Good Batch?
that's where like the Mandoverse is in that space.
But
it's
it ain't
between
but it's,
Jedi and that.
But it's has nothing to do with the First Order yet.
No, but it's got like cloning
That's true.
in there. It's got like they're laying things where they're like,
trying.
oh, so they
They did answer somehow Palpatine returned.
That's what I'm saying.
with
Is like
the cloning aspect.
that's what their big thing that they have to fix is somehow part.
Palpatine.
I mean, that's kind of the whole plot of season 1 of The Mandalorian, right?
and the Bad Batch too.
That's true. I didn't finish season 2 of that. I need to do that.
It's
Yeah.
good. It's really good.
Now, can they make all of that turd polish up? I don't know. It'll take a lot.
Now that second one's pretty good. We're gonna fight. I can't
We're getting
wait.
close to being able.
Well, that's right.
Like if the second one didn't exist, then the third one wouldn't even be so bad. That's my hot take.
Disagree. One is a movie and the other is a music video.
I mean, yeah, number 9 is
Hot garbage. Beautiful, beautiful hot garbage.
What do you got there?
I have, it was a gift from friend of the pod, Stevie G.
Stevie G.
And he found this, and I want you guys to read the name of the band. This is the Jizz Band from the Cantina.
Cantina.
They play Jizz. That's the original name.
So Figrind on and the modal nodes.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, right?
Those are modal
Now open it
nodes.
up, because I think they each have their own name, and I would love for you to pronounce
Oh boy.
their names.
They're like all wrapped up.
Well, yeah, I haven't opened it yet.
This is
Yeah, you're open. This is an unboxing. This is like a unboxing,
This is
a
a-
Star Wars podcast, and an ASMR video.
this is a personal, private thing.
Those are the warranty. That's not in the love note.
I'm not wearing the glasses that let me read things.
Dear Corey, we would like you to enjoy this figure.
I don't think they have names on them, dude.
They don't?
No, there's just a figure in there.
Well, then you should give him a name. What's this guy's name?
Kleeboo.
Okay. Next, Kleeboo.
Hold on.
It's a nice looking figure, though.
Yeah.
Um,
What do you think the bass player's name is?
They ain't got no bass. They just got like horns and shit, right?
Beeboo. These
Kleeboo and Beeboo.
these fellas are. They look a lot alike, is what I'm saying. This might be brothers. This might be like a
Oh,
Hanson,
it's like it's a whole.
like a Hanson.
It's like a
situation.
jug band, right? It's just
Yeah.
like somebody's playing the wash tub, the other one's playing the stand-up bass.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, that's what if they do have a bass, it's a wash tub bass. It's just a wash tub and a rope
And some spoons,
and a
right?
stick.
Oh, there's a
Somebody's got
Spoon
some
Man.
spoons.
One of these is definitely from the Spoon Man video.
Okay.
Making something with my hands.
Spoon Man. This is just all the same
Yeah, I was
figure.
gonna say I don't even know if they
Why
made
did they
different
wrap
guys.
them up individually?
Right, they could have put them all together. Whoa. Hey, it's my beautiful wife. Hey, everybody. Aaron's going to be on the podcast.
Aaron's on the show today. Yeah, these are all just identical.
Yeah, all right.
They do have like their instruments and stuff in here too, though, so you'll be
And
able to
that, by the way, is called a fartsichord.
fartsichord.
Yep.
You already got a shout out, Aaron. You don't
Yeah,
have to
Aaron,
just-
come on through. You already got a shout out. Now, if you don't want to be on camera, that's fine.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Thank you for the eats.
Well, your wings are in the fridge. This podcast is brought to you by Wingstop. When you can't stop, you Wingstop.
Can't stop, wing stop.
How long?
Yeah,
They
how
got-
many of these guys are there?
It's a big band.
And now you have to go and build a diorama so
Or
that these guys can all.
I think that's
or
the rules.
I can use my imagination.
Was there instruments and shit? Did I ask that already?
Yeah,
Somebody's got the there's the fartsichord.
the fartsichord.
Farts accord.
There's the Jello shooter.
That's a meat grinder.
Yeah.
Oh,
We don't want to talk about.
this is like 5
That
different
instrument.
tiny flutes.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Oboes and shit.
Oboe. Yeah, space oboes.
Yeah.
And
This one kinda looks like a-
this is a proton
fucking-
pack.
I always knew one of them was a Ghostbuster.
One of them is a Ghostbuster.
That looks like you could smoke weed out of it.
I mean, what they do in their off hours is up
They
to
are
them.
they are jizz musicians.
All right, give us our boilerplate.
Yeah, so you can find more about us at thealabamatake.com. We have a network of fellow friends and podcasters over there. You can get shirts at tpublic.com. Just search for the Alabama Take store. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at We Are a Star War. And be sure to
Yeah, what he said twice.
Be sure to subscribe to the Alabama Take newsletter at thealabamatake.com. Keep up with what's happening there every week. And that's going to wrap it up for us. Hopefully we will be back in the not too distant future with more episodes.
Until then, may the force be with you.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.